Right then. Thinking Thursday here. It's another craptastic day outside, weather-wise. Oh my God, did it rain last night? I got a loon on my lake right now. One single solitary loon. Yeah. He's about 150 yards off the dock. Swimming around. Not making any noise. So we'll see here. But anyway, it poured yesterday. Yeah, I don't have a rain gauge, but I'd be curious. I bet we got a couple inches of rain. A couple of the weather guys I watch on YouTube, the constant live stream weather monitoring channels like Max Velocity, things like that. Some sticks breaking next door. Yeah, there it is again. What the hell? I don't think anybody's up here. Hmm. Steve's not up next door. And that was some definite, every single door in this house does not close properly. They're all sticking and dragging. It's a shit show. Anyway, definite stick breaks over there. It's weird. Yeah, it's a crappy day, and the weather channels on YouTube are all saying possible severe weather today, but I don't know how. It's too freaking cold. Yeah, it's too cold for tornadoes and stuff. But oh my God, I had a couple of trout streams here in the lakeside yard, running down to the lake. It was insane, and I know I'm gonna have some erosion damage in the front on the driveway side from the driveway eroding down onto that concrete pad. So I gotta do something about that. This thing isn't drawing right. It's plugged up. So needs a good cleaning. So I gotta do something about that driveway. Now, the ultimate solution is to pave the driveway. Yep, asphalt. Then I won't have an erosion problem again. So, but you know, that's thousands of dollars that I don't have. So, not gonna happen. Anytime soon. So apparently there's a product. Mia discovered this when she was putting in a stone, a pea gravel stone pad to the entrance of her deck. Trying to decide if this bird that's flying right now is a loon or a duck. I didn't see it running across the lake. Can't tell. But anyway, she put down pea rock at the entrance to the 2 or 3 steps that go up onto her deck because that was a dirt area. Ooh, Perique. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Peppery. It was dirt. And every time it would rain, it'd fill up with water, turn into a muddy pond. And then little bitters wouldn't go off the deck to go out in the grass to go potty. She'd just go potty on the deck. Oh, yeah. He's flying. But he's flying away. Not good. There's a loon. In case you never heard one before. So she put down a couple bags of this pea gravel, this pea rock. Well, then that started to shift, started to move around, and it didn't stay put. And she found out there's a glue substance that you can spray or pour on the rocks and essentially lock them in place so they don't move. Uh-huh. So that's what she did. And now she has this. I haven't seen it because I haven't been down to her house since. She has this stone pad, basically, made out of pea gravel, and it's solid. It's a clear liquid glue that you pour on the stones, and it glues them all together. That's the shit. So I'm gonna get some of that for the driveway here, and I'm gonna make an apron right in front of where the gravel meets the concrete pad. I'm gonna glue all the stones in place, and then they can't wash out. The water will go right over the top, like over a sidewalk, and they can't wash out on me every time it rains. I knew that would be a problem when we were looking at the house. I pointed. There's something going on over there, big. I pointed it out to Scrunchy when we were doing the house tour. I said, that's going to be a problem. Erosion of the driveway. Damn if I wasn't right. So I got to do something about it. That and the upper deck. The upper deck I found out when I opened up the wall to put the air conditioning port in there. The upper deck leaks into the wall. Remember I pulled out the insulation and it was wet? Can't have that. So I got to get up there with a couple big cans of Flex Seal rubberized waterproofing spray and spray the transition where the wall meets the porch, and put a heavy coat of that rubberized Flex Seal product on there to waterproof that. It's going to cost about $44, $45 for 2 cans. Stuff's not cheap. It's basically like rubberized automotive undercoating, only it's better. Yeah, it's more durable. There was a lot of, when those products, the Flex Seal products, first came out on the market, there was infomercials on TV you could watch, and the guy literally took screen, like the screen I got on the porch here, and he put it on the bottom of a boat. He cut out the bottom of a boat, replaced it with screen, and then sprayed it with the Flex Seal product, let it dry, and then took the boat out on the lake with a motor on it, and it was waterproof. So many people were doubting that the commercials that they were putting out were real for Flex Seal products. No, that can't be real. That can't be true. So there was a couple people that replicated the commercials to prove that the product works and that the commercials were real. And by golly, if they weren't, it was real, it was legit. So it's a good product, but you pay. So 1 can of Flex Seal spray paint is $22. Now that's what I used to spray the metal tripod, because I didn't want it to rust. So, yeah. But now I got to get a couple more cans of that and fix the situation up on the deck where the water's getting into the wall of the house whenever I got a heavy deluge. And that's happening because there's no gutters on this house. This house needs gutters so bad. Oh. I'm going to have major problems if I don't get gutters on here soon. So I'll tell you what, if and when one of the places sells, whether it's the trailer or camp, that's the first thing that's happening, is gutters, 5-inch gutters, all the way around this thing. Now I have a problem. It's very damp. This stuff doesn't want to light. I'm surrounded by pine trees. There's pine needles everywhere. Little pine pods and shit. Seed pods. And that'll plug up gutters quickly. So I'm going to go with a 5 or a 6-inch gutter so that it's more free-flowing volume-wise, and it'll flush a lot of that stuff out on its own. A lot of companies out there that make gutter covers to prevent leaves and pine needles and stuff from getting into your gutters, plugging them up. It's hard to know which ones work, you know, and which ones don't. Again, go to YouTube. It's a good review board instead of the Better Business or Consumer Reports. So, a lot of issues I got to deal with that are serious to protect my investment and not end up having to do a bunch of major unnecessary remodeling work Yeah. Okay. Opened up my route today. Little black box of misery. 6 calls. 3 of them are at one house. Yeah, and they're door reversals on front load washing machine and dryers. Ooh, don't inhale that stuff. That's not too hard. It's just more tedious than it is hard. So they also have, it must be super rich because they have 2 sets of washers and dryers in the house, and they also have a standalone ice maker machine, which you would typically see in a bar, where its job is to just churn out ice cubes all day long. The door apparently is not adjusted properly on that, and it's melting the ice. Brand new stuff. So that'll give me some hours. It's all diagnostic, no parts. Yep. Because I'm not a parts chucker. And no parts chuckers are up here in my area chucking parts at things. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. What else? I guess Mia's truck is done. $8,000 she stuck into that truck. No, it's an SUV. It's a Toyota Sequoia. It's Toyota's high-end SUV, and she stuck $8,000 into that thing. But she had them fix everything that was wrong with it. They had the vehicle for a week, and they went through it front to back and fixed everything that was a problem. That's the way to do it if you got the money. The diva daughter paid for it. Now, I don't think the diva daughter. Oh, that's intense. I don't think the diva daughter paid for it out of her own money. I think the diva daughter, hummingbird, come right to the screen. I gotta get my feeders up. I got them home, but I gotta find the mounting brackets to mount them to the wall. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the list of things to do. I think the diva daughter is part executor of the trust. I think she has some control over that. And I'm pretty sure the repair came out of the trust fund, not out of the diva's own pocket. You know. So, nothing is smoking good today. It's so damp. This sucks. But I didn't want to sit in front of YouTube. I started to. I was like, no. Let's get on the porch, see what we see. So, Mia's going to be flying out Saturday, out west, to spend a week with her dad. Because he's been hiding the fact that he has kidney cancer from her. She's going to go out there. Golf tees. The perfect pipe tamping tool. So that's coming up for her. This weekend, I'm going to try to go down to the Turd and get some work done. Scrunch was under the impression I was going to be staying at her place. Why would I do that? It's a 30-minute drive from the trailer to her place. So why would I intentionally stay at her place, drive down to the trailer, work, at the end of the day go back to her place, and then the next day come back down to the trailer, and then have to come back up here? I still have a recliner there that I can sleep in. No. Effing cat. Get off those screens. She's going after stuff on the screens. So, that's just a lot of gas, a lot of wear and tear on the Jeep. It's unnecessary. If she wants to spend time with me, she can come down to the trailer. She can either sleep on the sofa, which apparently is real comfortable to sleep on, or the bed is still there. Although I was planning on hauling that back up here this weekend. She can sleep on the bed, but I don't have any sheets for the bed. She was going to get some, but then she went off the reservation, so I don't know where we stand with that. But I got to get some stuff done there. Ian obviously got out of coming over last night and helped me with the tower. So I have to wait for a better day for that. Yeah. So that's just a Thinking Thursday update. Nothing really exciting, right? Yeah. But a lot of stuff to do, unfortunately. Scrunch suggested I make a list. It's a good idea. A project list. And try to put the list in the order of importance of things that need to get done. And she was indicating that one of the things we're going to do over the July 4th holiday, because we each have 4 days, we took all 4 days off, is we're going to organize that garage. Because right now the garage has just become a catch-all. When I haul something from the trailer, I just drop it in the garage. Well, now the garage is full and there's no room to move. So we're gonna, that's a project we're gonna work on, is getting that cleaned out a little bit, organized, and whatnot. I'm not really good at that stuff. She's better at organizing than I am. So I'm gonna make that her baby. But one thing for sure, however she organizes it, she has to go over it with me so that I know what she did, so that down the road when it comes time to find a tent or a heater or something, a propane lantern or something, I know right where to go and I can put my fingers on it. So yeah, that needs to be done. And then she mentioned which I actually haven't been thinking about, but she mentioned that an important project is to get the shop built. I actually haven't put that at a level of importance, but it is important because right now, bay number one is just a big pile of all my shop stuff, shop tools, sitting in the middle of the floor. Once the shop is built and all that stuff is on the walls, up along the walls where it belongs, well, then it opens up the bay. And now the Argos can go into the bays, into that bay, and they're out of the way. And I can also work in the shop and have access to the drill press, the welders, the power tools, the air tools, things like that for working on other projects around the property. So it's important. But right now, what's really freaking me out the most after sitting out here last night and watching the downpour is the water situation. Water can destroy very quickly. And what the hell was that? Is that a fish? Water can destroy shit fast, and I can't have that. Now, I know I've received a lot of blessings in my day. Recently, right? My life recently has been nothing but a string of miracles and blessings. From getting this lake house all on my own, receiving my inheritance from my dad early, so I can use it. That's what I believe this is, actually, is my inheritance. I can't think of a better way to use it. Can you? To buy a lake house? Some people, when they receive an inheritance, they go out and buy a fancy car, or they pay off all their debts, which is another smart thing to do. And that is part of what I did with mine. Paid off all my debts. But to use your parents, if they're able to give you an inheritance, which is a major blessing, turn around and do this, buy this, a dream you've had since you were 10. Yeah. But I could use one more blessing. Oh, greedy. Somehow provide money so I can put gutters on the house and on the garage and solve the driveway problem. Yes, please. No. God knows I'm sweating it. He knows. It wouldn't cost much. No, my neighbor, back in the day when I lived down in Central, I had my house in Central, he had a gutter business. And he put gutters on my Central house. And I think it cost me $800. Now that was a good buddy discount. So I don't think, his name was Mike. I'm sure he's still in business. Oh yeah, that was his forever business when he started his own company. But I'm sure he doesn't get up here in the Pickers. And if he did, he doesn't live here. He lives east of Central, last I checked. If he were to come up here, there'd be some travel expense that I'd have to pay. but he does good work. And he did my central house for about $800. So it wouldn't cost. I'm anticipating maybe $1,500 to do this house. Gutters, downspouts, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. It needs to be done. Oh, it would. It'd be such a major improvement. It would take away the moisture issues that I have in the basement. Yep. Getting the water away from the foundation. Oh yeah. Yep. That and putting a French drain system at the base of the driveway where it meets the concrete apron to direct the water out into that ditch along the fence line. Huge. These things are not smoking right. That's what's on my mind, especially after watching the nightmare last night. I was going to try to film it, but it was getting too dark. But that section right over there, going down to the dock, was literally a trout stream. And then this sidewalk right here was another trout stream. The concrete patio that's below, that's down there, was a pond, standing water. The house, the walls of the house are wood, and they meet the ground. So that means the walls, the base of the walls, they're painted, okay? But paint is only so waterproof. That means those walls were standing in water. And it's all because the rain was just sheeting off this metal roof. So if there was a line of gutters all the way along this edge with downspouts directing it out into the lawn and down to the lake, it would be huge. Monumentally huge. Yeah. So that's first and foremost on my mind. As a, oh my God, we got to do something about that now. Scrunch was like, you got to get your shop built. So you have something to work out of. She's right. But, wow. So those are the two big things. All the interior decorating stuff that we're doing. That can wait. That's cosmetic, man. Got some serious shit on the plate here. So, all right, enough rambling. Today's another day. Still haven't heard a word from the diva. Not gonna lie, even though she did some bad shit to me, I still care about her. I'm still worried for her because she's got a lot of medical shit going on right now. So I've reached out, left voicemail. She got me blocked for no reason. I've reached out, left voicemails just to have her check in with me and let me know she's doing okay. All I'm hearing is crickets. And she claims to be a good person, and I'm a nice person, and I care about people. And behaviors always speak louder than words. So there's that. That's about all I got. It's boring, I know. Sorry. No skunks, no deer, no loons landing in the water in front of my dock, no Sasquatch. Although I don't know what all that stick snapping was going on next door. It's got me curious. We'll chime in, Sue.